Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. And here's Donatoni. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tonali. That is good alertness. Dani Olmo. Now it's Neymar. And it's Olmo. Oh, well measured. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Fermin. For Xavi Alonso. Howson. Some really good ball movement, and he's quick to return it. Fermin going face-to-face with his great rival. Goes for the shot! Tonali, well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Driving through the middle. Shoot! And he's heaved it away. And he goes cross-field. And that was nowhere near his best. It's a searching pass. Oh, super find. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
He's gone for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
And it's Tonali. Dani Olmo. And the whistle goes for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. So, into the second half.
Milan are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
João Neves. Ambitious ball here. That's really well manoeuvred. Tonali. Berbatov. Great vision. No, that's been intercepted. And he thumps it clear.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply...
Big chance! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And here's Lopez. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Tonali producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, that's well spotted. Rijkaard. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well read, and the danger is averted. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Madrid clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Looking for a runner. Takes a shot! And it's in! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Madrid are in front now, the game's only goal.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter. The desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this lot. This is very impressive.
Look at the space here. And that is well cleared. Threads one in, and he was alert to it. Silvestre can clear it away. And here's Berbatov. Dani Olmo.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Donnarumma. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Dani Olmo. 2 minutes to be added on. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And he's in on goal. And Batistuta! And with that, the end. So in the end, 1 goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So off we go then. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Oh, can he get onto this? David Villa. Vitz. Juve. Baresi gets across to intercept that. Juve. Vitz. And here's Berbatov. Vitz. And he gets rid in a hurry. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Tries to play it through. Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso towering header! He's scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Lexington are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Vitz. Plays a sharp little ball here. And a shot! And he can thump it away. 15 minutes till half-time. Backward it goes. Good read, needed to be. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Inzaghi. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, good-looking ball. That is good alertness. Xabi Alonso.
Milan certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
David Villa. To Chiellini. Tries to pass it through. De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. And they're quick to get it back. Now it's Vitz. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Milan currently behind by 1-0 at the break.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Brisson. Number 7.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Juve. Chiellini. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Lee Kang-in. It's played through for him. Chance for a shot! And that's a sharp finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do.
Terrific effort! And it's in! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
A shift in momentum. He's having a shot!
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Lee Kang-in. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Great ball if he can get there. It's Inzaghi! And there's a goal! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Lexington go up by 2 and are looking good.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
And he was quick to react. Tonali. Now that looks a decent ball. Silvestre. Neymar. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Dani Olmo. Tonali. And it's Neymar. Dani Olmo. Juve. Great vision. Oh, that looks a cracking ball.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Juve. Played into space. And that is as far as it goes. A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day. Sadly, not today.
And a quick announcement today.
How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited. And
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We're up and running then. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. And he's in on goal. Mateus. Mateus! Hits off target and by quite a way. Donatoni. Ambitious ball here. Oh, super find. Mateus.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Out towards the flank. And this is Messi. And a shot! Has a look and place it forward. Little doubt, that is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Mateus. Messi going forward. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Donatoni is onto this. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. That's a good ball out wide, and he's quick to return it. That's been cut out, well played. Gattuso. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Zanetti. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Bale. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he thumps it clear. And reclaimed it in a trice.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And it's Lopez. Fermin was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's a little off target. Bale.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Silvestre. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
And just a quick reminder,
How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Substitution for Milan, number 16, Fermin. Coming on the field is number 14, Neymar.
So the action resumes. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Looking for a corner. Milan with the corner, there first. And now a sudden chance to counter. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And this is... And the finish! And it's a goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We're up and running then. Tonali making his 300th appearance today.
Brahim Diaz! Oh, he has leathered that. Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Now he's got space here. Chiellini calmly anticipates. Played out to the left flank. And that's really well manoeuvred. Oh, that is a nice touch. That ball looks a good one. And he's picked it up out wide. And here's Neymar. Howson. Fermin. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. De Gea sends that a long way. And it's Diaz. Fermin. Milan still without a single shot on target. Fermin going face-to-face with his great rival. Xavi Alonso. He's through here. Now that's well seen too. Well, that has not gone well. And this is Son Heung-min. And he shoots! Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. It's a straight red. He has been given his marching orders. Manchester United are down to 10 men. Pepe. Xavi Alonso. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's an imaginative pass. He's found a way through. Great chance! It's in! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Neymar. Now it's Neymar. Milan are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Can he get it through? Now it's Son Heung-min. Shot could be on. A lot of space ahead of him. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Milan really could have done without this. David De Gea must save this. That is some save from De Gea.
Oh, what a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be psychologically pivotal.
Neymar. Neymar running at top gear.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Milan really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players. Otherwise, this one's as good as done.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Substitution in progress.
So, into the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
He's had a shot! That's travelling a long way.
The message is clear, none shall pass.
Tonali tries to pass it through. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Could be dangerous. And a chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
Manchester United find a position of real strength now.
Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
Manchester United ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Jupe. And he's been shifted off it. And it's Son Heung-min. Howson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Tonali. Juve.
Big chance, corner.
Milan with the corner, there first. And the finish!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Silvestre. Silvestre, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving.
And the shot!
And a neat finish! And they are right back within touch!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
So could they be onto something here?
Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example.
Oh, that's delightful. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Donadoni. Nicely shaped ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Tonali. And it's Lopez. He'll try from distance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And it's been taken short. And now they can spring out of defence.
Added time.
Fermin. Valverde. That's a sharp pass.
And that is it, the referee has seen enough.
A performance of perspiration, work rate, grit, and those are very good qualities that might have got them something on another day.
Hello,
Sadly,
everybody.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Gattuso has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. He's picked his way through. Chiellini gets in to thwart him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Applies the finish! And the keeper couldn't hold it. He's delivered all right!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
And the pass is intercepted. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Stam spots it and intercepts. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, important interception. Bergkamp. Oh, it's come loose. Bergkamp is the team's great visionary. Donatoni. Now Tonali. Milan current. And he's decided to go for it. Oh, quite a hit and quite a touch too.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Chiellini. Guardiola. And it's Stojkovic. Can he finish? And that's a tidy finish. Brazil are back in business.
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
It's Ibrahimovic! They're back in possession and ready to go again. Donatoni. Tonali can so cleverly bypass the press. Bergkamp! Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, it was a confident attempt and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And it's Sneijder. Strong running down that left flank. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Zanetti made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Passes short and sharp. Lovely pass, but can he get there? That's a cute ball. That's an excellent interception. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch, with chances created at either end. but it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And that's the second half started. Tries to pass it through. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
That's a shade optimistic. Wits. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Juve. Xavi Alonso. This is a promising build-up. Donatoni. Good, strong midfield running here. Stam, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Chance! Goal! Brazil! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time.
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Well, the invitation was there, so he was right, in my opinion, to take it on. Alas, it was a technical flaw.
Oh, nicely intercepted. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them...
He's having a pop! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. He's rising! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Wits. Juve providing an outlet on that flank. And that has been knocked clear. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Spread to the right, and that was asking for too much.
Substitution for Brazil, number 6, Hazard. Coming on to replace him is number 20, Ribery. Substitution.
Alonso.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed, that's rather hopeful. Just eases him off the ball.
2 added minutes.
Brazil
have been
can really
indicated.
think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And that's been into... And that is as far as it goes. Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass.
And a quick
Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Now then, this man really is a legend, perhaps the legend, a revolutionary, the father of a philosophy. He is, of course, Jim, Johan Cruyff.
We'd have no total football without him, Peter. No tiki-taka either.
One of the best of all time. Some say the best, and certainly one of the most influential.
Without a doubt, pure class.
Quality ball. Good running, strong and purposeful. Closing in on goal. Well, they've got it again. Now that looks a decent ball. No, that's been intercepted. Messi. Now, can they get him away? And this is Neymar. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Cruyff.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Berbatov was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Cruyff. And it's Bergkamp. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Inzaghi. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Now it's Berbatov. He's shifting through the gears here. Shot a goal! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That has been slung wide. Well, that has not gone well. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Bangladesh clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Milan
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Cruyff stood his ground strongly.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Chips it through. Nice interception, well timed. Lovely pass, but can he get there? The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time.
Substitution for Milan, number 9, Berbatov.
So right back into the action.
Number 4.
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Tonali. Oh, nicely intercepted. Filippo Inzaghi. And the counter is on. Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes. Shoots! He's delivered all right!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Messi. Can he get on the end of this? McAllister. He is through here.
Bangladesh really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Great defending, strong and determined. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, it's come loose. Now it's Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Donatoni. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. So, is it really plausible to have a hit from here? Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he's taking no chances there. And that is expertly dealt with. Might be danger here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And it's Neymar. Big chance! And it's in! And with the match slipping away, they have hauled themselves off the canvas. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
So they have it all to do again.
Bangladesh really can sense it now. This game is theirs to win. They just need to step it up and force the issue. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
And Messi! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Milan did lead, indeed they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass.
And a quick reminder
Any
today,
reflections
please
on what you've
take
seen,
all
Jim?
data to
Look,
be
Peter, a
located
strength
by
in any team has to be at the heart of your defence.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here.
I think we'll be seeing a lot of Jordi Alba on the ball today, Peter. He'll be trying to link up the play both out wide and centrally. He really is such an integral part of this team.
Yeah, of course he is, and he'll be putting in a few teasing crosses as well, I imagine.
Yeah, and he's an extraordinary player, easily one of the best in his position.
Marquinhos. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Ambitious ball here. Juve. Oh, good-looking ball. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And he shoots! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Played into space. Oh, he's found support out wide. Silvestre does really well to win the ball there. Juve. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Rui Costa. Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy.
Berbatov! And that is wildly off target.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Bergkamp is the team's great visionary. Rui Costa chasing after it. Bergkamp. Silvestre. Bergkamp. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Bergkamp showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That is a crunching tackle. Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Takes a shot! He's got a goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
And he's only too grateful to cap. There's the header!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Now it's Eto'o. Tries to play it through. Shot a goal! Oh, the ball. That's another chance! Barcelona claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Corner number 2 then. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. And now they can spring out of defence. It's a promising position. He's picked his way through. He's had a shot!
He almost caught everyone out there the way he just eked out the room to get the shot in.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Thuram gets across to intercept that. Eto'o.
This is the time you need that pace.
Nice control. That's it, 45 minutes up. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. The midway point of the game.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half.
Substitution.
The second half is up and running. It's Snyder! Marvellous goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
That is a diamond of a goal. The planning immaculate, the execution brilliant.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
And very quickly, the substitute made chance for a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, to be honest, he shouldn't have spilled that in the first place, but he recovered it really quickly, so no harm done.
Snyder! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Alexander-Arnold cuts out the pass. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Neymar. It's Neymar! Glorious! That is a gem! An absolute gem! Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
And wow, he has given that a right decent chance! Goal, Milan! And the comeback is complete. And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. And the shot! And he hits the net. They're level in a trice.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Barcelona dragged themselves back again.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Takes a shot. It's a loose ball. Howson gets it clear. Schneider. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Oh, he's having a go! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Now, can they get him away?
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, well played, well played. And it's made its way to him. Quality ball.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Into stoppage time, very little left on it. Messi, looking to play him in. Oh, that's a fine interception. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, delightful ball. Ahead. And that's it. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Neymar, voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
And a quick
Any
reminder
reflections on
today,
what you've... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Well, there is no one here, Jim, who's surprised to see Wesley Sneijder in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and I think they'll be looking...
It's Neymar! Goal! Milan! And that takes him up to double figures, the first significant goal-scoring landmark. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Uruguay are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Rivaldo. Now it's Forlan. He's had a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
Uruguay certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Now it's Donadoni. He is through here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Neymar. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Lopez. Great chance! It's a goal! Uruguay are back on level terms. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Uruguay are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Uruguay restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep.
Getting up there! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Berbatov is offering a wry smile there.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Xabi Alonso with the short one. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Uruguay are looking to go forward now. Rivaldo. Cafu. Rivaldo. Of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Xabi Alonso. Out towards the flank. Back where it came from. Jude. Can he finish? Delicious from Jude! So smooth. A signature finish.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
Milan with the lead. And this is Rivaldo. Oh, super ball. And for the first half, that is that. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Milan are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break.
Joe! That is some save from Khan! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And it's been taken short. Schneider.
And there's the shot!
Nearly, but not quite.
Cafu really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Now it's Rivaldo. That is a brilliant interception, and that's a good-looking ball. Uruguay are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, decent chance! Goal! It's level again! What a match we have!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So again, we have parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Now that looks a decent ball. Conte. Rivaldo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That's been cut out, well played. Howson is the team's great visionary. Lopez. Puskás. Neymar. Neymar does have his name on the score sheet, of course. That is a great pick out. And he's got...
Chance! Goal! Milan! Into the lead once more.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Uruguay really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
And back to the keeper, Khan, the consummate custodian whose focus is unbreakable. And this is Berbatov. Tries to play it through. He's found space here. Schneider. Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Milan, moments now away from seeing this one out. Conte. And it's Neymar. Rivaldo. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He won't be happy with that one. Now it's Puskás. Great ball, and he's in here. And that's that. Milan pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Juve claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
iPhone charge.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So off we go then. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or...
He's had a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
I think he did really well to get the shot away, to be honest, given how much pressure he was under at the time.
Now that looks a decent ball. Good read, needed to be. That's the throw. Pass somewhat off target. Juve. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And that is a little undercooked. Juve is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Juve. He's found a way through. Tries to cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Marquinhos can clear it away. And it's Bergkamp. Tonali plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. That's going to go a long way. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Played over towards the opposite flank. Chiellini. And Silvestre. Tonali. And it's Berbatov. And he's quick to return it. Cross goes in there. And straight back out. And we have our very first corner. And a header! Well, that's a fair try, but just off target.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Neymar. Donatoni. Well, there's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Neymar. Antonetti. And it's Neymar.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Tonali. Bergkamp. Donatoni. Silvestre. And it's Tonali. Xavi Alonso.
There will be 1 minute
Now
added
Howson.
time.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that has not gone well. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
Substitution.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock, the score 0-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
Alonso, it's a loose ball, and again! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
Zanetti. And the pass is intercepted. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Zola. Chiellini attempts a clearance. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Chiellini. Koundé. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Zola. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No way through. Milan perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And it's Bergkamp. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Kaut probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Neymar. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Oh, shooting chance!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Tonali, this is a promising build-up. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Neymar. Neymar.
There will be 1 minute added time.
It's a searching pass. Diouf.
And he shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Well, would you believe that?
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like what...
And the referee brings it to a close. Milan have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of leads. Diouf taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Milan.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Looking for the run. Nice interception, well timed. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
De Gea claims comfortably. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And it's been played through. He is through here. He's had a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's intervened well there. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. He'll try from distance! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. There's the header!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Adams gets over and intercepts. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And that has been cut short. Cantona, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Xabi Alonso gets on his bike and on the move. Oh, played right into his path. Oh, that was vital. That is ended up in no man's land. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Now it's Owen. Now it's Cantona. Looking for options for move. Bellingham! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
There will be 1 minute
Milan
added time.
have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever.
And the whistle goes for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Milan come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Out for a throw. And here's Azar. Robertson gets flagged offside. Kante promptly onto that, and that is that. Passing nice and neat.
And the shot! And there's a goal! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
Xavi Alonso.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that's a simple one for the keeper. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Hazard. He's had it taken off him. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. And the pass is intercepted. Juve. Now that's a lovely exchange. Bergkamp has got himself a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And it's Tonali. That's a lovely pass. And here's Neymar. Juve finds himself offside. Robertson. Bellingham. Pepe gives no quarter whatsoever.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Harrison kept his eye on it, and he's there. Neymar. Chetri. And it's Neymar. Kante cuts out the pass. Zanetti. No way through. Neymar.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Two minutes to be added on. Neymar. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick.
Good strong hand by the keeper.
And we're done. Milan perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment.
iPhone charge. You